Top Dog create that system, it was something to see because again, we started at the same time. J Rock is younger than me. J Rock just celebrated his 40th birthday. You know what I'm saying? So he's
Still
younger than me.
young.
And I remember like he was the first artist. And I remember when Top signed Dot, Punch and Moose and everybody working their way up. And it was a couple things, right? I remember early on how much Top had to invest in them four boys, right? And Dot, J Rock, Q, and Soul, right? Feeding them, Louisiana chicken, riverboats. You know what I mean? Riverboats is an 8-piece or a 16-piece. I forgot, it's either 8 or a 12-piece combo from Louisiana chicken. And Top used to get them riverboats, feed them electricity on so they can get out their dreams, help them as much as he could to whatever part of life. I watch him make deals with Warner Brothers, not doing, them doing the best they could, but not doing exactly what Top needed done. Watching Doc get his developmental deal with Def Jam, like Jay-Z is an early believer in Kendrick Lamar. And just watching them navigate through that, right? And watching Top be devoted, right? I'm sure we talk about a lot about the artists, like, whether it's J Rock, Kendrick, Soul, Q, them staying down with a team and having somebody invest and stand down for the come up, right? I think we talk about that a lot. You know what I mean? Artists kind of being devoted to the situation. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we get enough credit to executives for being devoted to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Top. Like I remember in certain conversations, but Top stayed down with them and they stayed down with Top for years. And even when it was time for Kendrick to go on his own, he had been with Top at that point for, I don't know, 15 years or something. And it was time for him to go on their own. And I'm sure it was, some level of, uncomfortability for everybody. Everybody, I would imagine, was uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, you losing an entity that you pour so much into. And I would imagine they had their own conflicts and disagreements and how things should be and what should be the choice. But for them to find resolve, even at this level, to where we could see them together and they could look like they support each other. And even in the next, big thing that they put together in SZA, and they can go on tour together and they found their ways. And I'm really proud of Top and I'm really proud of Kendrick for that. Like, because it's really easy to let your ego get in the way of showing love to people that were down for you.
Mm-hmm.
You could always say people paid you. You could always say a million things to excuse yourself from figuring out a way to help, other people. So I wanted to make sure I shouted them both out for that. You know what I mean? To where we look right now and it's like, damn, that was cool.
Is
Because
there executives that come to your mind that don't do that?
I mean, it's not that. When you look at Dr. Dre leaving, Suge Knight, after 4 years of business, 4 or 5 years of business, I think they did their deal in 1990, 91, and Dre left in 96. And it got into a chaotic situation where Tupac was dissing the shit out of Dre and Jay-Z. Tupac was dissing the shit out of Dre and Suge was like, he was okay with it instead of stopping him. And then that's how that ended. Every time an artist and the CEO seem to separate to any degree, it always ends in this chaotic situation. Dre leaving easy, Cube leaving easy. You know what I mean? It was always this chaotic thing. And it's really tough because it's so many, it's millions of dollars. Like it's millions of dollars at stake.
I see what you're saying now.
You know what I'm saying? So I really want to make sure I applaud them for that. And it's crazy because it brings us to this conversation today, right? Where it's like,